I love travel because it forces you to pay attention. It makes mornings matter. You notice the way light hits a street, the sound of a saxophone in the distance, the way a skyline tells a story. This is a 5-minute sprint through places that shapeshift how you see America. I'm Abby, and I move fast. I'm not here to lecture you with facts, I'm here to show you the pulse of a city. In 5 minutes we'll jump from jazz-soaked corners to neon-lit avenues, from frozen lakefronts to sun-drowned beaches, each stop with its own rhythm. Stick with me. I'll point you to the moments worth chasing, the corners where you should slow down, and the food you shouldn't skip. No fluff, just scene sounds. I land in New Orleans and immediately my senses wake up. The air feels thicker, sweeter, like something slow-cooked. I walk the French Quarter with a camera and no plan. Every corner seems to offer its own soundtrack. A trumpet bleeds from a bar. The street smells like butter, spice. I find a small cafe, order a beignet. I sit on the edge of the world watching people pass. Creole plates get served with a kind of generosity that feels personal. Locals nod like they recognize the way you breathe when you're actually present. At sunset, I hit Frenchmen Street. Jazz pours out of doorways. The night becomes a living thing. It's loud in the best way, honest and immediate. It reminds me why some cities are measured in decibels, not distances. If you only have a day, chase the music, eat the gumbo, let the architecture do the rest. The city will sneak up on you. It'll teach you patience and then reward you with tempo. San Francisco is a series of vertical stories. You climb a block and the city reveals another angle. My camera and I start at the waterline. Golden Gate in the morning fog. Impossible and familiar at once. It's one of those views you can't stop framing. Chinatown, dumplings, Mission, murals. Tech energy hums under everything. Old school neighborhoods persist. Startup hoodie, corner bakery, cable car, like a tourist. Cable car, like a local. That rickety climb feels essential. The hills are a workout. The hills are a postcard. At every summit, a view that makes you feel temporarily invincible. I always take too many photos here. If you get 5 minutes, find the view. Chicago hits you with geometry. The skyline is a statement, and the river cuts through like an invitation to look up. I start at Millennium Park because you can't ignore that reflective beam. And because it's one of those spots where people suddenly become playful in public. Architecture boat tours are a cheat code. You sit, you float, and the city explains itself. Steel glass ambition. The lakefront feels like a breath, wide open, windy, honest. I always find myself on a bench watching joggers and thinking about how cities are made for motion. Then there's the food. Deep dish is theatrical. Chicago dogs are stubbornly specific, and the pizza alone is worth a stop. Museums here hold weight. The Art Institute is quiet in a confident way. Chicago balances muscle with refinement. Spend your minutes between the river and the shore. Look up at those facades. Taste a slice that refuses to be ignored. And remember that Midwestern cities have a different kind of heart. Big, generous, and loud when it needs to be. New York arrives like a drum roll. The skyline is dense and unapologetic. I start in a neighborhood, West Village, Lower East Side. The city is best digested block by block. Each street has its own tempo. Each has its own life happening. Subways are the connective tissue. They're also a movie. You take the train and overhear 1,000 lives. You pop up into Times Square, or into a quieter park. The contrast is intoxicating. Broadway lights are commitment. The city's appetite is huge. You eat well here without trying. Street vendors, corner delis, restaurants that have been killing it for decades. Night in New York is constant. Somewhere a show is starting. Someone is rehearsing. Another is arguing. It's relentless. It's thrilling. Which of these cities are you adding to your bucket list or have visited? Please comment below. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment. Until next time.